Well, Terry, as far as South Bend, you can see smoke coming up in a plume. If you're wondering what the source is, it's Plant 59 right here. When you're driving down any type of county road, you're bound to see trash like this all along the side. But along 250 East in LaPorte, a lot of that trash ends up right here in the Miller's yard. Yeah, well, Mo, let's just say I'm a little too big for the playground and probably a little too old to be sliding down that slide at this time of night. This car is unfortunately exactly how you remember, meaning no airbags, no air conditioning, and just no modern conveniences. All you have to do is seal it up and throw it in his special mailbox. Yeah, Terry, US 20 is the safest it's been in a while, and that's all thanks to just putting up a couple barriers in front of a road. The classic Ford Mustang automobile galloped into Niles with boss features like a 5-dial instrument cluster, outside mirrors, a flasher warning system, and the luxury Stereosonic tape system, just like Mom and Pop had.
A lot of people are attached sentimentally to a car like that. You know, their dad had one or their mom had one, or they grew up and that was the car that they wanted.
This Mustang only has 39,000 miles on it and has all original parts, so it's essentially been kept in a time machine from the late 60s. The 2019 Mustang goes for $53,000, so guess how much this classic will set you back?
We're asking around $25,000 right now.
Only $25,000?
Yeah. We did our research, you know, on eBay and other avenues that people sell these kind of cars, and that's kind of what they're going for.
So why is the 66 a lot cheaper than the 19? Well, this car is unfortunately exactly how you remember, meaning no airbags, no air conditioning, and just no modern conveniences.
They're a lot more reliable nowadays, you know. They're engineered a lot better, they're manufactured, they use better parts, you know. The research and development that goes into making something in today's day and age is, you know, a lot more time is consumed than it was back in the day, I would imagine.
You can tell just by taking a look under the hood that modern cars are equipped with a whole lot more. In the 66, you see a battery, engine block, and fluid bag. In the 19, I can't even tell you what all this is, except that those parts are going to cost a lot more.
Yeah, $2,000. I mean, the motor costs more than $2,000 nowadays. A tire and wheel is about $1,000. So
for the price of this car when it came out, you can buy one piece of this car.
Right, pretty much.
But the person who's looking to buy a 66 Mustang isn't someone looking for a GPS system or top-of-the-line safety features. It's nostalgia that sells this car.
We have it aggressively priced, and so the right person will come in here and put it in the collection, you know, or start a collection with it.
As the Mustang brand trots on, salesmen say today's Mustang might be better off than the 66 when they've been around for 53 years. But we'll just have to wait and see about that one. For News Center 16, I'm Travis Robinson.
Say hi. We've never seen a happier kid in our entire life. That baby smiled. I always told her, you're gonna break your face, you're smiling so hard. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Mwah. We weren't there when her brain bleed occurred. From the moment we arrived in Fort Wayne, they determined that there was no brain activity. Uh-oh. This is stuff you see on TV, and you say, oh, that poor family. And all of a sudden, we're the poor family. You automatically think I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. And then you realize there are actually other moms crying with their face in their hands, praying for someone to be generous. First thing we said is she able to donate?
In about 2 hours, she's going to be going back and doing an amazing thing.
2 children from ages 0 to 10 and 1 adult.
We asked if we could hold her. They were very accommodating. He held her. They had to do a few more tests, and then I got to hold her. I held her for 4 hours and just talked to her, and Nick gave me some privacy so I could sing to her. Oh, Emma, please believe me, I'll never do you no harm.
We love you.
Go play with your friends now. You have great things to do. The hardest thing ever was to put my arms down and just let them take her. They got a sound bite of her heartbeat and put it in a teddy bear. She's continuing with her heart and her liver and her kidneys going on. Those people are going to have children someday and be grandchildren to a part of Emma. And it's an amazing thought to know that she helped continue 3 lives so far. And it's a little bit comforting. It doesn't take away the pain, but it eases it a little.
When you're driving down any type of county road, you're bound to see trash like this all along the side. But along 250 East in LaPorte, a lot of that trash ends up right here in the Miller's yard.
So when you look at 35 bags of trash in a mile and a half, that's totally uncalled for, and people need to be aware of this, that this much trashing is going on.
For the past 20 years, the couple's cleaned up the roads around them, but it's not going away.
I picked up 2 years ago, and I got 2/3 of the trash that what I've got this year, so that it's increased by 33% in 2 years' time. So it's got to come to a halt.
To bring attention, they put the message out on display. Each of the trash bags letting drivers know how big the problem is for just one road.
Just because it's at the edge of the road, it doesn't mean that we're not responsible for cleaning it up and that, you know, that somebody's got to do it, and there's not enough tax dollars to go around to cover this kind of stuff.
The Millers are both in their early 70s and say they can't do this forever.
Another beer can there.
But they also say it shouldn't be up to them to make sure the area looks nice.
For me to have to pick up someone else's trash when they can take it home and put it in their own trash can, the county is just getting so trashed, it's awful.
The Millers say it's not just their yard, but the entire county that's affected if this keeps up.
This stunts our community, and this is not what LaPorte represents.
Stand for that.
It doesn't stand for that. You know, we want to have other people move into our community, but you can't encourage them to do that if you're allowing this kind of pollution to go on and contamination of a road.
From LaPorte, I'm Travis Robinson for News Center 16.